Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter Game Day Show, brought to you by PewterReport.com. The Bucs are back from the bye, and it is not easy coming out of it because they are taking on a very, very good New England Patriots team. It's a home game for Tampa Bay as the game is just about to kick off. Bucs are getting the ball first. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is my co-host of the Pewter Game Day Show, Daniel Morales. Daniel, what's up, man? How we doing?
What's up? This is going to be an exciting matchup. This is a New England Patriots team that's much better than I expected them to be at this point in the season. Top 5 offense, top 10 defense. The Buccaneers have their hands full, but the Patriots also, they have their hands full with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Awesome, exciting football game coming up here. Really exciting.
Patriots are coming off of a 6-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yep.
They are due for a loss, and Luke Gedeke is in the game for Tampa Bay today. So a much needed help for them along their offensive line.
Here we go.
Where are you at on your TV? I know we're a little bit separated.
Baker's right about to take this first snap. In motion, first snap.
All right, they're going to run it with Rachaad White. Let me know after he gets tackled.
Yeah, he just got tackled. That's the first play. 2nd and 7 now.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you to everybody that is rocking and rolling with us today. Carl Gajardo says, let's go Bucs. David Dosher says, Tampa Bay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get this win. This would be a big-time win for the Bucs today, as Khalif Young says, let's go as well. 2nd and 7 for Tampa Bay. They got Cade Otton in the backfield. Go a little play action. Baker over the middle finds Emeka Egbuka for a first down, and he's to the 40 and more. I think a huge part of this game is how involved can Emeka Egbuka be with the offense, knowing that he is their top receiver, and the Patriots are going to put a lot of coverage on him. So this is a fantastic start, getting Emeka Egbuka involved.
Yeah, I'd say if there's one weakness to this Patriots team, it's the secondary on defense. There, Christian Gonzalez, of course, a good cornerback, but we also get to see the return to Tampa of Carlton Davis III, one of the original Gravediggers who helped us win the Super Bowl back in 2020. So this is going to be really cool to see here. Carlton Davis returning. I mean, he's been able to stay healthy also. He started all 9 games for the Patriots. He's played in 94% of snaps. He's been able to stay healthy. That was one of his problems, just like Jamel Dean has been able to stay healthy for the most part for the Buccaneers.
Play action. Baker throws it on a short pass to Cade Otton, but he takes it up the field for about 7 to 8 yards.
And of course, as you mentioned, the Buccaneers get the return of the enforcer on that offensive line, Luke Gedeke. At right guard, Dan Feeney starting his 2nd game back-to-back. Of course, we have the bye week in the middle there. Elijah Klein was inactive. You also had Luke Haggard, who's dealing with injury. He's inactive too. So Dan Feeney gets the start again here. I want to see, can he solidify his spot as the starting right guard moving forward?
Rachaad White cuts at the line of scrimmage, gets right around the yard marker. We'll see if they give it to him. Hughes 44 says, yes, sir. Nice play calling by Josh Grizzard. I would agree. They are saying 3rd and 1. Sean Tucker's in the game now. By the way, shout out to Corey Joyner, who says, listening to you two from St. Lucia. Thank you so much for the support. Glad you could listen and watch with us today. Thank you for the support.
Thank you, Corey.
All right, short yardage, which a big issue last week, but not an issue right now, as Sean Tucker gets the first down on 3rd and 1. Bucs are at the 20. Moving the ball on this opening drive. I mean, it's everything you want to see cleaned up by this group.
Q's 44 happy in the chat here with Sean Tucker getting that first down.
Very happy.
Yes,
Q's 44. Bucs are going to start shotgun. You got Tez Johnson out to the left. They fake the handoff to Tucker. Baker's looking. He throws. Looking for it. Egbuka has it. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Emeka Ibuka puts the Bucs on the board early. And I mean, a wide open Emeka Ibuka as Chase McLaughlin will come on for the extra point.
Yeah, he's going up against the nickel corner Marcus Jones there, who they gave a contract extension to just a few weeks ago, 3 years, $36 million. But one of the keys to the game for me was Buccaneers need to start off fast and right away to go down the field and score. Josh Brizard, he's had 2 weeks to scheme up against his Patriots defense, and it looks like those 2 weeks he used them pretty wisely. Pretty efficient, perfect first drive there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You'd love to see it.
That was wonderful. And for those that maybe bet on Emeka Ibuka Rookie of the Year, you love seeing that as well. So well done by Tampa Bay's offense. Josh Brizard finding ways to counterpunch the opponents that have given them issues in the last 2 games. And Emeka Ibuka, my goodness. I think that hamstring's feeling a lot better.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Let's see how we're feeling in the chat, people. Let me update the score as well. Always happy to update it when it's the Bucs with some points. Tim Ford says Baker looks accurate. Joy Nolan says go Bucs. Jan Rogers says Emeka. Zuckdoffen touchdown. Constantinos Giorgio already looking at the defensive side, says, now let's go defense. Richard Taroka giving a shout out to Gronk, says, Egg Big Boo. Going back to Gronk's comments about him. Tim Burton is here. Good to see you, Tim. Diesel Roche says, all right, now defense, let's get active.
Yep.
Yeah, or get to watch his defense play with a lead early in the game. We'll see if they can get to Drake May. Cecil says, Easy E. R.I.P. to the infamous NWA rapper.
Yeah, Baker did look healthy on that drive. I think ever since the San Francisco 49ers game, he looked a bit off. If you remember, he missed the Emeka Ibuka over the middle twice. Ever since then, he hasn't looked good. But now this first drive here, he comes out looking hot. That bye week looked like it came at the perfect time for this team, especially for Baker Mayfield. What a great drive there. What a great job by Josh Brizard scheming up that first drive there, this first 15.
Absolutely. Tim Burton says, Matt, how do I become a Pewter Report YouTube channel member? Mine's expired. Free membership. So if you go to Pewter Report's YouTube channel, Pewter Report TV, on the main page, like under where it says Pewter Report and Pewter Report TV, you'll see 3 buttons that say subscribe, join, and visit community. If you click on join, you can sign up for whatever membership you would like to have. And just a reminder for Pewter Platinum and Premier members, you get that bonus show on Fridays, the Pewter Insider. That's an exclusive bonus show for Pewter Platinum and Premier members. All right, here's a kickoff. Tackle made by Deion Jones a little bit after the 30. And we'll see Tampa Bay's defense for the first time this game.
Here comes Drake May, man. He's impressed me a lot this season.
He has, yeah, he's been great.
Highest completion percentage, 17 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Man, he's showing that he might be the best quarterback out of that draft class from last year. He has competition with Jaden Daniels, but man, he's the Patriots went 4 or 5 years without a solid quarterback, and now they're right back in the mix of things at 7-2, second seed in the AFC, Buccaneers second seed in the NFC.
Chase Rick says, here's to hoping for a complete team game. And Patriots start off with a throw to Stephon Diggs for about 9 yards. Looks like the rain's pouring in Raymond James Stadium. Partially why I like the under today. Makes me glad to be calling this game here instead of being in the stadium. Henderson gets stuffed at the line on 2nd and 1. Well done by the interior D-line of Tampa Bay. All right, 3rd and 1 for the Patriots. Right after the 45. They're going to try to QB sneak it with May. He doesn't get it. He's not even close. He's not even close. Stop for Tampa Bay. We'll see what the Patriots decide to do on 4th down, but there's no way Drake May even came close to that.
No, he looks well short.
Oh, yeah.
Great job there also by Elijah Klein, Vita Vea, of course, up the middle, Logan Hall.
4th and 1. Looks like the Patriots are going to go for it. Or at least try to draw them off sides.
Oh, wow. They're 9-10 this season.
They're going for it.
Wow.
They're going to run it. They do get the 1st down. Damn. It was close. That's why you get 4 stops at it. By the way, we have a $5 super chat from the Wolfman. Thank you very much. Who says, let's go. Play heads up ball out there today. Well, I already like the way that the D-line has been able to try to anchor and control this line of scrimmage after the first play. Patriots passing on 1st down. May going deep down the field. He overthrows Hollins with Jamel Dean in coverage.
Now, Drake May is one of the better, if not the best quarterback right now when it comes to the deep ball throws. But with this rain, is that going to affect both of these quarterbacks? Is going to become more of a grounding? Are we going to see more Sean Tucker and Rashad White on offense? Let's see how much that rain affects this game.
Second and 10 with 8:38 to go in the first quarter. May inaccurate once again. Looking for Hollins. That was Zion in coverage. Yaya Diaby came so close on that play. So 3rd and 10. Let's see if the Bucs can force a 3rd straight incompletion. And I wonder what type of blitz Todd Bowles may dial up. Bucs putting a lot of people at the line of scrimmage, including Savage Dennis, Levante David. Now they're making different calls. A lot of different conversations. Yaya Diaby's getting close to May. He fires down the field. It's overthrown, incomplete. Very inaccurate throws by Drake May. And a good job by the defense. They get a stop if they're allowing just 1 first down. Tampa Bay will quickly get the ball back.
Yeah, again, it comes back to that rain for me, I think, with those inaccurate passes by Drake May. It's hard to throw a wet ball. And that concerns me a bit because the Buccaneers, without Bucky Irvin, they haven't been able to run the ball effectively. And the New England Patriots defense is number 1 when it comes to rushing yards allowed. So you hope for the Buccaneers offense that rain stops, or you hope it's not an issue for Baker Mayfield. But, man, it's a hard thing to overcome.
By Q's44 says fake May. I like that. Get it? Great decision by Cameron Johnson to allow the ball to go into the end zone for a touchback. In recent weeks, Cameron Johnson, you see it from other players too, they just they catch the ball at the 5-yard line. It's like, why? Just take your chances at that point. So well done by the Bucs defense. Making Drake May beat you with some more precise throws, and he didn't have it. I saw the Falcons lost in overtime this morning in Berlin. Caught the beginning of that game, but Bucs can find a way to win today. I know the Panthers are playing right now as well. Maybe the Bucs can gain another game in the division. By the way, some unfortunate injury news. Ben Bredeson with a hamstring injury is doubtful to return to today's game, which means that Michael Jordan will play left guard. Now, Jordan certainly has experience playing guard. He started there for a couple games this season. But damn, man, they got Luke Gedeke back, and now they got another guy out. Mike Hogan said, or MKE Hogan says, Todd Bowles with 2 weeks to prepare is dangerous. David Dosher says, I'm glad we scored first because the rain is coming down. Cecil says, Gedeke's been sorely missed. The difference in what we can do with him over Heck is just crazy. And Tim Ford says, geez, already an injury. Yeah, it sucks to see.
Yeah, Tim Burton says here, I hope the rain stops. Game was looking like game of the week. Yeah, this is probably one of the better games, if not the best game this week. And that rain is going to become an issue. Q's 44 says pound the rock. That's probably what's going to have to happen for both of these teams. You're going to see a lot of Sean Tucker or Sean White if this rain doesn't stop.
Yeah, we'll see how much the Bucs commit to the run today. As you pointed out before, one of the toughest run defenses in the league is the Patriots defense. All right, second drive for the Bucs. Sean Tucker continues to be in the game. And it's an end around to Sterling Shepard. He had Carlton Davis looking the other way. A nice creative play by Josh Grizzard to get some ground going for the Bucs. Not the traditional way, but Sterling Shepard with the end around.
Chase Rick, return our weather machine off.
Oh man, it's on the extra point for Ben Bredeson.
Yeah, fortunate there.
Baker trying to avoid the blitz. Dumps it off to Sean Tucker, but he drops it. Damn. That was a great improvisational play by Baker Mayfield, but Tucker could not make the catch. All right, there's another defender coming up too, but man. Interesting thing. I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying it's interesting that Sean Tucker is already getting a lot of snaps compared to, coming in on the third or fourth drive of the game.
Yeah, I feel like, though, Tucker has been the more effective runner on the ground, the more effective rusher. Rachaad White is the better pass protector and pass catcher. Now we see
Sean Tucker, a little pony package right there. And Tucker gets the handoff. Takes it about 11, 12 yards for a first down. So the Bucs finding efficiency running the football. Great block by Graham Barton, too. We've been critical of him. Shout out to the pony package, as Tim Ford is recognizing. Tucker's very far out in the backfield. All right, a nice 3-4 yard push.
I mean, keep feeding Tucker. What a great
Tuck. Hashtag feed Tuck.
Keys 44 power.
Chase Rick says night and day with Luke back. Baker's going to go in shotgun. Takes a snap. Has time. Throws down the field. Nearly intercepted.
Ooh,
looking for Buka. Gibbons close to coming away with it. honestly, Gibbons may have stopped the other defender from intercepting that ball.
Yeah, I don't know also why Baker Mayfield decided to throw that ball. He tried to throw it between two defenders. It didn't look clean. Not a smart throw, but luckily not intercepted. 3rd and 7.
Now the Bucs call timeout. Just a reminder for everybody as well, we will have a Pewter post-game show coming up when this game is done. We're still a long ways away from that. But a little bit after 5 o'clock is when we will have the Pewter post-game show. Myself and good old SR, who is live from Raymond James Stadium. We'll have that a little bit after 5 o'clock. It's typically after the game, after we hear from Baker and Todd Bowles. It's a little bit different when the Bucs are home because there's more media availability for, Scott and company in the building. So anyway, 3rd and 7. There is 6:14 to go in the first quarter. Bucs are up 7-0.
Guy City 5 says the Tampa Bay glass in ears of all the injuries.
Yeah.
Our guy Julian, what's up, man? Fear the Bay, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Tim Ford, where's Tez? We'll see. There's no Mike Evans, broke the collarbone. No Chris Godwin.
Just a empty backfield. Baker slings it incomplete. I think he was looking for a Buka again. And that's going to be a punt coming up for Tampa Bay. So interesting. They get the run game going, but can't get the pass game going. Tight coverage with Gonzalez on Abuka. A little bit wide. Riley Dixon to punt it away. See if he can pin him. Cameron Johnson's all the way down there. Job well done by him. It's going to be a return. He slips. Oh, and the field position game is big time for Tampa Bay as Jones, who's very dangerous as a returner, Jones slips and Patriots will start around the 7-yard line. Oh, who scored for the Bears?
Yeah, Tim Ford, you were asking where's Tez. He was open on that play. He cut out to the sideline, but Baker Mayfield decided to throw it to Mekabuka there. That tight coverage, as Matt said, working against Christian Gonzalez. Didn't allow the completion. Chase Rick turned the rain machine back on. Yeah. Now that the Patriots offense is back out there, let's turn the rain back on.
Richard Taroka says, glad punting protection has looked improved. Hope I didn't speak too soon. Mark of the Wise, another A. Nelly pick 6. Sign me up for that one. That'd be crazy. 2 pick 6s in a row. Guy Say 5 says fumble, scoop, and score, or pick 6. I kind of want to see another pick 6. For like an edge rusher to do that is so rare. So that'd be fun. Bucs defense did a good job on the first drive. Didn't allow the Patriots to move the ball running it. I mean, they barely got that first down. Took them the 4th down and forced 3 straight incompletions as well. So see how aggressive the Patriots are with the bad weather. Us being so far back. All right, they got Elijah Simmons in the game at D tackle, Vita Vea as well. Diaby, Anthony Nelson, Logan Hall in there. like base defense. Greg Gaines, so maybe not base defense. A lot of beef up front. May under center. He's going to hand it off to, well, it was Henderson, but regardless, gets about a yard. So nicely done by Tampa Bay. Second and 9 with 5:22 to go in the first quarter. Play action. May fires to the right side. It is caught by Diggs. Looks like he kind of pushed off McCollum there, but Patriots get some breathing room. Yeah, not enough of a push off.
It is a good route running right there by a veteran wide receiver. 31 years old, had his torn ACL last year. He's not the prime Stephon Diggs anymore, but he's still an effective weapon for a young quarterback like Drake May.
Yeah, and he balled out. Nice tackle made by Jamel Dean on first down. He balled out against Buffalo a couple weeks ago. Second and 10. Bucs making the Patriots one-dimensional at the moment.
Rain doesn't appear to be an issue anymore. So we had the inaccurate passes last drive by the Patriots by Drake.
May's going to scramble. Yaya's in pursuit. Oh, they stay in bounds. Don't think so. Nearly an interception for Savase Dennis, but good pressure by Yaya Diaby to force pretty much an incompletion.
Pressure.
And that time, the Bucs were able to generate pressure with just a four-man pass rush. That's obviously a part of the game that we want to see more from with this defense. All right, 3rd and 10. They're going to pitch it to the outside, a run play. Oh, he gets the first down and more. Wow. Gutsy call by New England. Bucs can't get the stop on the pitch outside. That one's going to sting.
You don't see many runs called on a 3rd and 10, but Josh McDaniels played a bit risky there, but it paid off. Morgan Moses with an excellent tackle down the field on Tyke Smith.
I mean, it was a good call. You had the Bucs blitzing, pretty much up the middle. So you just ran it to the outside, and Trevion Henderson did the rest. That's a tough one on a 3rd and 10. Tyke Smith's up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing yet again.
I feel like the Patriots on offense and defense have looked flat so far. Looks like the Buccaneers have a little bit more energy, not much more. But
yeah, I would agree with that.
They look a little bit flat. And of course, that's good for all Bucs fans. 2nd and 10 here.
May under center. Traditional just drop back. Fires over the middle. Oh, Anton Winfield Jr. with a great pass breakup. Came very close to picking that off.
Tweezed.
Woo.
And Great job by Elijah Roberts. Elijah Simmons can't get to the quarterback. Puts his hands up, just causes a little bit of a distraction for Drake May. Makes it a little bit more of a difficult throw. Man, if Antoine.
All right, we've seen this story before. 3rd and 10. Chris Braswell's on the field for Tampa Bay. Drake May calling some plays, has a second. May steps up, and Elijah Roberts takes him down. Not a sack, but not far enough for the first down. Well done by Tampa Bay. It'll be 4th and 6. Elijah Roberts continues to impress as a rookie 5th-round pick. Patriots punted away. Fair catch by Cameron Johnson, and we get round 3 for Tampa Bay's offense. Well done. Konstantinos Gregorio says, nice job. Tom says, kid is great. King, Cook. Elijah Roberts stepping up. We got one with him. I see something brewing there. LOL. TBM B95 says, Exhibit A, why Jason Light won't trade day 3 picks at the deadline. Yeah, Daniel, what do you think about the Bucs not making a move?
I think it's the type of thing Jason Light always does. He loves his draft picks. You see what he can do with a 7th-round draft pick, like with a guy like Tez Johnson.
Yeah.
And he loves his draft picks. He's a guy who, even Baker Mayfield stated that when you trade for a guy, you don't know if they're going to fit the culture inside your team. This is a very close locker room, and you bring in a guy that might not fit your culture, might mess up that locker room a little bit. But I think it was to be expected that no trades were going to be had. Now, I would have liked to see if there was a trade, maybe a trade on defense, inside linebacker Jordan Brooks in Miami. You have also New York was getting rid of Quinn Williams, of course, and Sauce Gardner. Maybe look to Jermaine Johnson or Will McDonald, bring one of those pass rushers in. But of course, we don't know the price tag that they just would have been asking for, and would they fit this locker room? That was a question mark there. But Jason Light loves his draft picks, and you can see why with a guy like Elijah Roberts and Tez Johnson.
Yeah, just knowing the history of Jason Light wasn't shocking. Like this comment by Tony Bowe says, every yard is a challenge for them, talking about the Bucs defense and the job they've done against the Patriots offense. I think that's very, very true. Khalif Young says, let's go Bake. Sam McClune says, no issues with the defense so far. Offense really needs to take advantage. Well, it's been 2 drives for the offense. One was a touchdown. The other, they got 2 first downs and then punted. So we can't say that they've been stagnant or anything like that. And if they're able to find points on this drive, then, there's a lot to look at in a positive way. David Dosher says, release Logan Hall. There'd be no reason to do that. Just let him play out the season, and then, they can separate during free agency. Rolf Steinbauer says, let's go, let's go. All right, 1st and 10 with 1:47 to go. Rachaad White's back in the backfield for Tampa Bay. They go 12 personnel, which is 2 tight ends. Payne Durham goes in motion. They go play action, dump it off to Durham, and it's incomplete. I think that would have been Payne Durham's first catch of the season.
Yeah, we haven't seen the tight ends utilized much. Of course, we know a lot of that is due to them staying into block, but I would like to see more tight end usage, and especially of a guy like Devin Cope, 4.52 speed. He's a little bit of a speedster there at the tight end position, but just so far, not much utilization of the tight ends. And Kate Otten is in his contract here. Yeah, I want to see more out of Kate Otten as well.
Ugh. Bucs running with Rachaad White. He spins. Wow. That play was completely done. And Rachaad White gets 8 yards on the play. Very impressive. Yeah, they tried pulling Michael Jordan. That didn't work. Nice job by Sterling Shepard getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. 17, Sterling Shepard.
Rashad White, he turned nothing into something there. What a great play.
All right.
Third and
Crucial
manageable
third.
now.
Bucs go empty backfield again. They did this on the other third down. Trying to find a mismatch. Baker's going to scramble. He's trying to avoid the sack. He avoids one. Can't avoid the other. Oh, man. Tough one. That's a 3-and-out for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that defensive line is a problem. The Patriots, the two edge rushers now, Chason has 6.5 sacks. That's a career high for him. You got Landry at third on the other side with 5.5 sacks. The interior, Barrymore and Milton Williams, if they can't protect Baker Mayfield, it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, receivers just not getting open.
No separation.
Returnable kick for New England. Missed tackle. Finally, tackles made by Ryan Miller, so Patriots will have their best field position of the day. However, there is a flag. Probably going to be holding New England if I had to guess.
And both the Patriots returners this year, Marcus Jones and also Antonio Gibson, both have a touchdown for a return. So, I mean, they're good in all three phases of the game. There's a reason why they haven't lost a game since week 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Guys85 says Baker plays too much hero ball. I mean, if no one's open, I'm not exactly sure what he would do.
He has nowhere to throw the ball to. He's trying to make a play on third down. I don't think it was hero ball there, but
Tim Burton says offense has no rhythm. It's obvious. $11 seconds to go in this first quarter. Patriots go play action. Oh, Braswell was close. Oh, no. Hollins with the catch. He's going to take it to the house. That's a touchdown for New England on the last play of the first quarter. And it is pretty much about to be tied up, pending the extra point. Here's El Presidente, Dave Portnoy next to Robert Kraft. Benjamin Morrison beat on the play.
Yeah.
Tough one.
No help over the top. Also, Tyke Smith was a bit lower down. And what a 7-7 ball game now. And Chris Braswell got close, but he didn't get there on time. Maybe a millisecond too late there. Great play by Drake May and Williams. Benjamin Morrison, that's going to happen at times with a rookie DB. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs.
Yeah.
You just hope he has short-term memory.
Bucs have been doing that where they've subbed in Benjamin Morrison for Jamel Dean and hurts Tampa Bay there. Mac Hollins with the big-time catch and run.
Buckeye 89, always so close. I think that's it's always an issue with the Buccaneers edge rushers. They get so close. They're almost there. Even with Joe Tyron Sharinka, even with Noah Spence far before him, it's the edge rushers always so close but can't get there. Besides, of course, Shaq Barrett and JPP during that Super Bowl run. But, man, so close but can never get there. Christopher, I wouldn't say Morrison has been a bad pick. Of course, you're going to have these ups and downs with rookie DBs.
Yeah, he's had a lot of good moments this season. He's been injured. There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. But this is the true first time where something like really bad happened. Also, I said Mac Hollins. It was Kyle Williams with the touchdown. So, yeah, Bucs offense needs to respond. I mean, defense gave them a couple of chances to go and score, and they didn't. So, Remember, these are two good teams. There's going to be some back and forth.
Steven Steinfield points out JTS, we were just talking about him, got traded from the Browns to the Bears now, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
I don't get this comment from Piss Missile Pieces. Bucs literally mailed it in already. It's 7-7. Like, what are we talking about?
We got a long game here.
King Cook says, but we don't get D-line help, though, LOL. Y'all keep talking about Light holding on to draft picks for players who ain't even in the league yet. Well, I mean, they drafted Elijah Cansey with the first-round pick. They drafted Elijah Roberts. I do agree. Like, sometimes I would like Light to be a little bit more aggressive. Like what? They can never trade a second-round pick because the second-round pick might be incredible?
But I get the mentality because you can get an Antoine Winfield Jr. with a second-round pick. It's not always guaranteed, of course, but
yeah.
I mean, this is how he builds his team. He drafts good players and keeps his own.
Cameron Johnson on the return gets to the 30, and we have a $2 super chat from Geist85. Thank you very much. Says Jason is too stubborn to sign an edge. Well, he signed Hassan Reddick, but that seems like it's going to be a one and done. They're never going to shell out big money. That's just, not their MO. Plus, they got to pay Baker now, and so that's going to cause a lot.
Constanza says, or a Brazel, talking about second-round picks. Yeah, you can get Brazel or Cal Trask as well. Nothing's guaranteed in the draft, but this is how you build a team, builds it from the draft.
Wrong with Sean Tucker on first down, gets barely a yard, and the Bucs offense has now been stagnant.
I really wish Walker was healthy, the fourth-round pick out of Central Arkansas. We could have seen what he, what could he offer to this defense. I know Larry Foote was really excited about him. We got to wait till next year, of course. And
yeah,
that's a bummer. But I think
empty backfield for Tampa Bay again. They have not been successful with the empty backfield. It's a screen to Sterling Shepard, who heads up the field. That'll make it a 3rd and 2.
Great tackle by Carlton Davis, the third, former Buccaneer, of course. 3rd and 2, 3rd and short. What do you do, Matt? You going to hand it off to Sean Tucker or you pass it? What are you doing? Or White?
I'm going play action, roll out, find the tight end.
I like it.
They're going to go shotgun. Rashad White's in the game, too. 5 seconds on the play clock. Blitz is coming. Throw is wide. No Buka. That's 2 straight 3-and-outs for the Bucs. As they can't get anything going. Yikes. Big time yikes.
So far, Gonzalez winning that matchup against Emeka Buka. Well, actually, I don't even know if you could put that on Emeka. I think it's just a little bit too far to the pass wasn't on point by Baker Mayfield.
Bucs defense is going to get tired, though they do force a fair catch, and there is a penalty. Geist85 says, stop forcing to Emeka High School offensive coordinator. I wouldn't go that far. Cecil says, can we get a Tez Johnson jet sweep? And there's a holding on the Patriots as well, so I'll move them further back. Tim Ford says, Cade and Shepard wide open. I'd have to take another look at that. Yeah, Emeka Buka, 2 catches for 45 yards. That happened on the opening drive of the game. But since then, it has not been good. Baker is 4 of 9 for 60 yards thus far in the game. Defensive slugfest for sure. Bader Malik says, why not run the ball 3rd and 2? Not against it. Diesel Roche says, wish he'd given Sterling a shot on that play. He was open behind Emeka Buka.
Yeah, it appears so far the game plan was to feed Emeka Buka in this game. Just hasn't worked out the way you would want it to. Him working against Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
You don't want to force throws, of course. On was open. Moving for Christ.
Tim Burton said, oh, yeah, he said that. AJ Consis looking for a defensive turnover. So is Jan Rodgers.
Can we get another Anthony Nelson legacy game? You can't.
Maybe.
But you never know.
A little more quiet this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The defenses look good besides just allowing the one big play. So hopefully that doesn't continue to happen. They're not going to bench Baker.
Yeah, I just saw Rodgers.
Showing the Glazer family on the screen. All right, a new drive. 13:15 to go in the second quarter. Benjamin Morrison's still in the game. I wonder if something happened to Jamel Dean. And now it's Stephon Diggs. I haven't seen anything posted about him.
Yeah, is this a situation where you want to keep the confidence up on Morrison, not pull him after a bad play like that? Just to see if you have short-term memory, or is there an injury to Jamel Dean? We got to see what's going on there.
Yeah, still no Dean. May over the middle. Yep, there's the flag.
Yeah, he doesn't get an easy assignment working up against Stephon Diggs.
And they're just going to pick on him all day.
PI.
Todd Bowles doesn't like the call.
No, he was holding on to his hand. You can't do that.
First and 10 for the Patriots. At about the 24. So the Patriots are just giving up running the football. Can't say I blame them. They're going to throw to run. Wow, Buffalo's losing 13-0. That's crazy. But the Saints have a lead over Carolina.
Wow. And Buffalo, who the Buccaneers will be seeing next week.
Yes.
Down 2 touchdowns against 2-17.
May's throw on 2nd and 3 is incomplete. Yeah, something, I haven't seen any reports yet, but something has to be going on with Jamel Dean. Yeah, that's what Tracy Wolfson is saying. 3rd and 3. Oh, the ball's tipped. Someone. Nope, nobody's there. That's all right. The Bucs do get the stop.
And Jamel Dean standing right next to Todd Bowles on the sideline, out with trainers.
Yeah.
Right?
Interesting. Ball was tipped either by Vita Vea or Elijah Roberts. Elijah Roberts.
Yeah, Roberts. Great play there.
That ball was in the air for a while, too. See if Cameron Johnson can get a return. Probably not. Nope. He's calling the fair catch. Bucs will start at the 25. All right. How do the Bucs get out of the mud? I'd like to see some other receivers get involved. I mean, surely the running game has been good, but it's been all Emeka Egbuka. Now It seems like Baker only has eyes locked on him. So I think that's going to be very important for this next drive.
Yeah, spread the ball around, get him into rhythm, get him in easy dink and dunk passes also to a guy like Rachaad White, some screen plays, easy completions, get him in the rhythm, allow him to get in his groove. You got to get Tez involved. Cecil says, yep, I agree. Get some more guys involved. Maybe even a Kate Otten at tight end. Yep, Cody P says, I've seen on open multiple times.
Wellesley says, Matt, please tell Baker the Bucs have other players besides Emeka. I'll be sure to phone it in to Ray J. Ralph Steinbauer Sports says, appreciate you, Matt, and Mr. Daniel. Great show. Thank you very much for the kind
Thank
words.
you, Ralph. Appreciate that.
Show would be better if the Bucs offense could get it going on this drive. Diesel Roche says, wish Parrish would have attacked the ball while it was in the air. I agree. Seemed like they kind of all held up, even though.
Yeah, it kind of floated for a few seconds, but nothing came about it. Tim Ford basic throws, our receivers are open. Yeah, again, I think the game plan was to feed Emeka Egbuka, feed your best wide receiver. It just hasn't worked out. You got to move the ball, spread the ball around.
Mike Hogan says, spread the wealth, Baker. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, if Egbuka's open, sure, but I don't know, hasn't been the case. I'll take anything on this drive. A field goal, really just a first down at this point.
I agree.
Yeah, as the graphic says on the screen, 3-3 to start, 1 of 6 since then. They're going to start empty again. Hasn't worked yet, but who knows? Maybe this time. Baker throwing down the field. Caught by Tez Johnson. That's a first down.
There we go. Spreading the wealth, like Mike Hogan was talking about. Getting the 7th round rookie involved.
By the way, shout out to Courtney Churchill, who says, joining for the first time live, longtime listener, can't watch the Bucs here in Fort Myers. Go turnover Tua. Got turnover Tua on. Well, thank you so much for watching, Courtney. We appreciate you.
Turnover Tua.
Turnover Tua. Yep, that's a good nickname for him. Though they are winning.
Yeah.
Baker lines up under center. They're going to pitch it to the outside to Rachaad White. Why are you stopping, man? You got to go up the field. Gets no gain. I don't mind that play call. I just don't get why Rachaad White, like when you're running to the edge, you have people from behind pursuing after you. You can't just stop right then and there. That's when the people chasing after you from the side can get back to you. Can get after it. But we'll see. 2nd and 10. Baker in shotgun. Cade Otten makes the catch, and he gets a first down. And look at that. Others getting involved, and the Bucs are moving the football. Yeah, nice little pitch and catch. Find the weak spot in the zone.
You love to see it. The first down says Johnson, now Kate Otten. Get everybody involved.
See a little play action here. Play action screen to Rachaad White. And Cameron Johnson's in the game. That's great. Baker throwing down the field. He's got Emeka Buka all the way to the 20. Ooh. Play action works to a T on that play. Emeka Buka with a tremendous first half. And when you have him that wide open, that's when you get him the football. Well done by the rookie first-round pick. And that is 76 receiving yards for Emeka Buka. He has already hit his over on the receiving.
And they're not going up against Christian Gonzalez, going up against Marcus Jones. It's a big play, beautiful play call by Josh Grizzard.
Okay, now you got Tez Johnson in the backfield with Rachaad White. Now he goes out wide. They throw a screen to Rachaad White, who loses yards on the play.
Yeah, nothing.
Not exactly sure what happened there. But I'll take the 1 point in PPR for Rachaad White. All right, not ideal. 2nd and 11.
But I like the idea of a screen to Rachaad, spreading the ball around.
The objective was correct. The execution wasn't.
Yeah.
Baker throwing to the side. Oh, I think that's incomplete. Yeah. Otten couldn't hold on to it.
Couldn't hold on. Couldn't make a football move. Way too quick.
Brings up a 3rd and 11.
Bless you, Matt.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Bucs got to be careful here. The pressure's been getting to Baker a little bit. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you. Baker calling a play at the line of scrimmage. 2 seconds, 1 second. They throw a screen to Cade Otten, who gets up the field. Not enough for a first down, but well within the range of Chase Money McLaughlin. Thank you, Tammy Lay, as well.
Of course, you always want a touchdown, but if you get some sort of points, you'll take them.
Kick is up by McLaughlin, and it is good. Bucs regain the lead. All right.
Chase Bank
is open.
On a Sunday.
Yeah, looks like someone took out our field goal video. That's all right. Shaggy says Chase with the 4 as an A and the $ as an S. Flama Blanca says Grizz needs a new red zone play sheet. King Cook says Grizzard is too damn screen happy. Well, they didn't run a screen until those last 2 plays. So actually, they did run one with Shepard, but it got them 8 yards. I don't know. I didn't hate it.
That's Stubby Ryan. Stubby, did you have your kid? I remember during the Saints game you were talking about.
Yeah, he mentioned that. He mentioned that, I believe, on the Pewter Insider. Yeah, the baby number 3 came on the bye week. So congrats again to Stubby Ryan.
Congrats, Stubby.
Architect 79 says play calling isn't creative at all.
I think it was a little bit more creative that drive, though, with a few
Yeah.
screens, trying to spread the ball around. Not upset with that at all. Yeah, as Diesel says, take the 3. Defense has really only gave up one explosive play. They just have to keep playing. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, defense had one mishap. Everything else has been okay. Yeah, and Ralph says, Oden should have caught that, shaking my head. That's another thing. Stubby Ryan says, thanks, fellas. We have the lead. I'll chill, LOL. King Cook says, defense going to have to get a turnover somewhere this quarter. This drive would be nice. Geist85, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, I'm glad we have y'all instead of commercials. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of the Pewter Game Day show is that we can chat during commercials. We got a couple of ads and stuff like that, but for the most part, yeah, we keep it as interactive as possible, folks.
Thank you, guys.
Money McLaughlin with the kick. Much better kick return coverage there. Kayvon Merriweather and Josh Hayes team up for the tackle. It's quite the graphic they got on CBS.
Quite interesting. MVP race, Drake May, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes.
All right, 7:10 to go. Bucs lead by 3 by a score of 10-7. Jamel Dean is back in the game. As once again, Tampa Bay gets a stop on defense. Or running defense. Yeah, it's crazy. Drake May's in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, coming into the season, I thought this was going to be a pretty easy, winnable game for the Buccaneers, and just not the 6-game winning streak for the Patriots. They're back to their old winning form.
That's why you play the games.
Yep.
May somehow gets rid of the ball. I feel like there's going to be a holding penalty on New England. Vita Vea is already pointing that way. The refs are saying offsides. That's unfortunate. Damn, offsides. Come on.
Any day now.
Damn. Yaya Diaby on the infraction. Didn't look offsides on the play. Guess we'll see. So 2nd and 4. Oh, false start. We'll just replay it all over again. Yep, that is definitely a false start. There's no sugarcoating that one.
Yeah, after a 3rd round, Rick right there, Jared Wilson. I think this Patriots offensive line is a really good pass blocking offensive line. I think he's the sole weak link on that offensive line. And he gets a false start there. backs things up. The Yaya Diaby penalty is negated now. 2nd and 9.
Stephon Diggs with the catch and run. Diggs has been the one. Well, obviously there's the big touchdown, but Diggs has methodically been picking apart Tampa Bay today. Tyke Smith on the tackle. I'm surprised the Bucs haven't been a little more blitz heavy.
No, I agree.
Plenty of time for Drake May. That was a hold. Come on. May's going to run, slide. Vontae David jumps over him. I thought Elijah Roberts was held there. John Close, who's a Pewter Report YouTube channel member, says, hit that like button. That's right. Please do. That's a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, but Hunter Henry was open on the left side over there. Could have got much more than first down.
Jacob Parrish going to blitz. May over the middle. Caught by Hollins. It's a first down. So Patriots getting into Bucs territory. Zion was right there too. Damn. Bucs are hovering around Drake May, but not enough to force some errant throws. Not since that first drive. Another play action. May's going to scramble to the outside. Looks like he's got room. Now he's throwing deep. Turn around. Jacob Parrish with the... Not sure if he got his hand on the ball, but tight enough coverage. That makes it 2nd and 10. And once again, the Patriots just straight up abandoning the run game. Yeah, not even close.
Parrish using the sideline there as his friend. I don't like how far off Jamel Dean plays. It always bothers me. So far off. Get closer, buddy.
Bad job. How do you let him get to the sideline? That's a piss poor job, depending on where he was out. The graphics are already saying 3rd down. I don't know how they could quickly make that decision. Third and 2, likely 4 down territory. Kind of weirdly think the Patriots are going to run it here. False start. That'll help. That'll help.
Morgan Moses, right tackle. Back them up 5 yards. Both the Will Campbell as well on the left side.
All right, 3rd and 7. Be crucial for the Bucs to get a stop. Bucs bring a blitz up the middle. Oh, it's caught. Nearly to the end zone. That's Douglas.
I think that was a Levante David so close to Drake May. Drake May just able to get it off. He's getting the ball off in about 2.4 seconds, tied for the 2nd fastest, and the entire tied for the 1st fast, quickest in the league. But man,
boom, sucks too. If Levante was able to put his hands up, I don't know how May finds a way to. Here you go, Elijah Roberts. I don't know how May would be able to fire the pass off.
Great job by Elijah Roberts.
That is the 2-minute warning. Yeah, Elijah Roberts once again making a play for this team. He has been So exciting to watch. Rolf Steinbauer Sports says big tackle. Geist 85, not a happy camper that Anthony Nelson is in coverage, but he does that from time to time. Tim Ford, yeah, I agree with this. Says Levante put no hands up. Shaking my head.
Yeah, if you can't get there, put your hands up. We've seen even a rookie like Elijah Roberts do that earlier, getting the batted pass.
Yeah, just not really finding ways to get just the right amount of pressure for him. Jan Rogers asking, please hold them to 3. That is Elijah Roberts' second sack of the season. And interesting, this is according to Bucs Communications, his 2 sacks this year, it's tied for the second most by a rookie this season.
Oh, wow. Not a high bar of only 2, but that's good.
Right.
Mike Hogan got to hold him to 3 right here. I agree. Bend but don't break. JB Easy corner blitz from the blind side. The crossing routes are killing us. I mean, the crossing route that Benjamin Morrison got beat on it with Williams scoring a touchdown. That was a crossing route. That's a sack. Okay, yeah.
Looking around the league while we have a slight bit of time. Miami's up 16-0 on Buffalo. Jacksonville up 17-3 on Houston. The Jets and Browns are tied at 14. The Giants and Bears are tied at 7. Minnesota's up on Baltimore 10-6. And the Saints holding strong, leading 10-7 over Carolina. Yet to play is Cardinals Seahawks at 4:05. Washington, Detroit at 4:25. Also, Rams, Niners at 4:25. So some good afternoon games. And Steelers, Chargers is the Sunday night game. And then Eagles, Packers is the Monday night game. 2nd and 11, they're throwing a screen to Hunter Henry, who has not been involved much today, but he gets very involved on that one. Picks up about 8 yards. Crispin DaCosta, the good question. How are we getting no pressure on a quarterback that was sacked 16 times the last few weeks? It's a week-to-week league. Looks like maybe the Bucs called the timeout.
It turned blue on it, so I'm assuming the Patriots.
Maybe the Patriots did. Bucs had to going into this drive. Yeah, Bucs called a timeout. They have 1 left.
Okay.
All right, 3rd and 2. Going to run it with Travion Henderson, who is down at the 1. It's probably even worse for the Bucs. What do you do? Call a timeout or save it? Yeah, he's down.
I think you call it here. There are 37 seconds on the play clock left. That would drain you down to about a minute. Yep, they're going to call the timeout. 1:10.
Bucs are in a tough spot. First and goal at the 1. 1.5. Oh, I see what they're doing. So he went down on purpose. This is actually very smart play calling.
Yep.
It's very smart play calling. Purposely not scoring. Yeah.
Buccaneers out of timeouts. They just used their last one.
Yeah.
This would drain the clock.
And the Bucs get the ball at the end of the half.
Yep. Drain all the way down to 1 minute. And then if they don't get this touchdown here on second and goal, the clock keeps going. The Buccaneers won't have an opportunity to get the ball back.
Yeah. That's just brilliant play calling. Now I think you got to go for it on this one. Oh, man. The Patriots are going to play this perfectly.
Yeah. Now, it's a good thing that they got the stop. The Buccaneers defense got the stop. But again, the time keeps going.
Right.
And Baker Mayfield, Josh Grisar are not going to get one more opportunity to push the ball down the field before halftime.
Damn. Greg Gaines, Elijah Simmons on the play.
Now it's just bend but don't break. Can Elijah Simmons see with his helmet still?
Yeah, right.
His eyes are like underneath the helmet. He's making plays.
Bucs looking to make a stop here. Crucial third and goal. Because I don't know. Obviously, you got to get the first stop, but I wouldn't put it past the Patriots to go for it on fourth and goal, knowing you're getting the ball again to start the third quarter.
And they put the graphic up earlier. They were 9 for 10 on fourth and short. They got the fourth down earlier, so now they're 10 for 11. They're pretty effective in those areas.
All right, let's see. Third and goal, 19 seconds to go. Bucs trying to cling to this 10-7 lead. They're going to pitch it to the outside with Henderson. Second effort. Oh, he's short. Patriots have a decision to make. They better decide soon.
They're going to let it go down to about the 3-second marker.
Oh, did he get in at the end? He stretched the ball.
No, I don't think so. Inches away, but no.
Man, that was the initial stop. Good second effort. Yaya there to clean it up. I think the Patriots are going to go for it. Yeah, 2 seconds, fourth and goal. Oh, man. They're probably just going to QB sneak it with Drake May, I would imagine.
If you remember when the Eagles came into town, everybody thought they were going to do the little,
yeah, they ran to the outside.
Yeah.
I think Drake May's going to jump and do the Drew Brees play. That would be my guess.
Let's see here.
They're going shotgun. That's quite odd. Looking to the outside, looking for Diggs. To the corner of the end zone. He's in. That hurts my fantasy team, too. Damn it.
Did you get both feet in?
Yeah, both feet were in.
You did? Okay.
Oh, man. 1. Yeah, not even close. Clear as day.
Yeah. And great job by the Patriots, their coaching staff, just draining the clock away on purpose and not allowing the Buccaneers to even have an opportunity to receive the ball before halftime. And when the Buccaneers get back and this game resumes in the third quarter, Patriots get the ball again.
Yeah. Great catch by Stephon Diggs. That sucks. I'm playing against Stephon Diggs. Oh, man.
And
And you couldn't ask for anyone better to be covering him on the play with Antoine Winfield Jr. So, and it's a double dip.
It sure is. Great job by Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels, Drake May, Stephon Diggs at the end there. Man.
All right, let me update the score. Bucs 10. All right, we got a super chat to get to from Virgin Boys. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says this defense is effing dog squad. I'm so sick of this team. This is what Jason gets for making no trades. Well, they're down 14 points. Their defense has allowed 2 touchdowns. This is a group that is coming off of a game where they only allowed 3 points 2 weeks ago. Again, it's 2 good teams fighting to win a game. It's not over by any means. And let's see what adjustments Tampa Bay makes. It's clear that the Patriots are not going to run the football. That's clear and obvious. But I don't know. We'll see. You gotta find out what type of adjustments they're going to make.
Yeah, 2 big plays given up by the defense, but the crossing route, the 72-yard crossing route, Benjamin Morrison working up against Williams for the touchdown, and then just the back of the end zone right there, the pass from May to Stephon Diggs, Antoine Winfield Jr., the best the Buccaneers have to offer, just can't make a play there. I mean, I don't think you can be too upset with the defense. The defense has given you as much as they could, as much as they can so far. I think the offense just needs to, they need to wake up and they need to score points, not just field goals. No pressure. That is something the defense does need to improve on, though. Pressure. But, I mean, even when you pressure this Patriots offense, Myles Garrett a few weeks ago had 5 sacks on Drake May.
Yeah.
They still found a way to win. So it's just, like you said, 2 great teams. They're the number 2 seed in the AFC. The Buccaneers number 2 seed in NFC. These are 2 great teams, 2 possible Super Bowl contenders facing up against each other. You're going to have these give and take. They're going to get their highs. The Buccaneers are going to have their highs, but both teams are also going to have their lows. I think this game might come down to the final minutes in the fourth quarter.
Richard Taroka says, feels like May is doing more with less than what Baker is doing. I think that's very fair. Christopher Oxentine says his defense might get 1 stop today. I don't think that's true. Ralph Steinbauer Sports says, somebody covered Diggs. What the hell? Winfield was on him. It was just a great throw. Buck Guy 89 says, it's a game of chess. Still have another half to play.
Yep.
Make adjustments and come out and seek momentum. Yeah, I mean, if they get a stop on this opening drive of the second half, it changes a lot. Let's take a look at some of the stats in this game. Baker Mayfield is 9 of 15 for 116 yards and a touchdown. He's been sacked 1 time. Sean Tucker has ran it 4 times for 23 yards. Rachaad White 4 times for 14 yards. And Sterling Shepard 1 for 11. Emeka Egbuka has 3 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. Cade Otton, 3 catches, 21 yards. Tez Johnson, 1 for 12. Sterling Shepard, 1 for 8. Payne Durham and Sean Tucker have been targeted, but do not have a catch. And Rachaad White has 1 catch for -1 yards. Levante David is leading the Bucs in tackles with 5. Tyke Smith is second with 4. Jamel Dean has 3. Elijah Roberts has the lone sack for Tampa Bay. And then for New England, Drake May is 11 of 19 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's been sacked 1 time. Travion Henderson, 6 attempts, 22 yards. Drake May, 4 for 7. And Terrell Jennings, 4 for 5. Kyle Williams leads with 72 receiving yards on that 1 play that he took to the house for a touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 5 catches, 46 yards, and a score. He had that 2nd touchdown on the 4th down. Demario Douglas, 2 for 34. Matt Collins, 2 for 19. Hunter Henry, 1 for 9. Robert Spillane, no surprise there. leading New England with 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and Kayvon Chason has the only sack for New England in the game. So pretty close one with 14-10. And while we're at halftime, let's hear a message from our friends over at Jorgensen Law.
Welcome to Jorgensen Law PA, where our family's legacy drives us to fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury, workers' compensation, and Social Security, we're committed to winning for you. No fees unless we succeed. Trust in our family to help yours. Let's achieve justice together.
That's right, Jorgensen Law. They are the champions of the injured and the disabled. Their office is based out of St. Petersburg, Florida. You can get a free case evaluation by working with them and no fees until they win your case. You can give Jorgensen Law a call at 727-347-7733. That's 727-347-7733. They are the official law firm of PewterReport.com, and they will be sponsoring the injury report and any injury-related article over at PewterReport.com as well. All right, let's get to some more comments. Got a couple super chats as well. Bucs Basement, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, Bulls getting out-coached to the shock of no one. I mean, I don't blame them for the timeouts there at the end. I mean, they almost got away with it if they would have got the stop on 4th and goal, but they didn't. And Geist85 says, it's a shame. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, it's a shame our team has 0 home field advantage. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but I think that's just kind of the nature of living in Florida. You get transplants, you get people that want to, especially this time of the year, November and then December next month, people that live in cold weather states, if they're going to pick a road game to go to, it's going to be in Florida. So it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it's tough. Jeagle says our pass rush is garbage. I wouldn't say it's garbage. We can't give them all the credit when they get 5 sacks against the Saints, but then give them no credit when they're not able to get to the quarterback. So
Ross is taking Dean out is dumb. Yep. Well, yeah, I don't know what was going on there with Dean, but maybe it was a confidence issue, like I had mentioned before. Morrison, he got beat pretty badly on that 72-yard touchdown reception, and then maybe you just want to have him out there again, regain his confidence, not mess with his mental state there. But I don't know. Dean was standing right next to Todd Bowles the entire time. Of course, he came back in the game later on. JB Easy, Dean is a second half warrior. Let's see if Dean has an interception in his bag here today. Maybe a pick 6. Somebody needs to step up with a turnover on defense.
Right, especially with the amount that they're going to be throwing.
Yeah.
Like they've clearly just abandoned the run. they'll sprinkle it in here and there, but they're all about throwing. So the good news is the Saints are beating the Panthers 10-7 at halftime. So that's certainly important. Yeah, the offense just hasn't been able to really find its traction just yet, unfortunately, after that, besides the first drive.
Isaiah J. Baker not playing like MVP anymore. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I think ever since, and they won the 49ers game, but he just looked off ever since then. They didn't look clean, of course, against the Detroit Lions. The offense against the Saints was extremely sluggish. They got saved, I think, by Anthony Nelson, that defense playing tremendous football. But outside of that first drive by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, yeah, Baker Mayfield and it's not just his fault, of course. It's everybody on offense. It's the play calling, Josh Grizzard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the MVP chatter has came down quite a bit, and for a good reason.
We have a $1.99 super chat from King Helmsid. Don't know how to say the rest of it, but thank you for the $1.99 super chat. It says one coach went for it while the other kicked the field goal. Okay, there's a gigantic difference in each of those situations. The Bucs were in the red zone, not at the goal line, in the red zone, and had thrown a screen on 3rd and 11, and were about 5 yards short. The Patriots were a half a yard away from the end zone, and the Bucs, it was a tie game at the time, so you're going to take the lead. The Patriots were a half a yard away, knowing that it's the last play of the half, and you're getting the ball to start the third quarter. They're very, very different situations, in my opinion. Sean D, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says Baker is off after the first drive. I agree. I agree with that. He's been wide on some throws, but he started putting it together on that last drive with the field goal, and then they just didn't get the ball back since. So hopefully he can regain some of that momentum from the field goal drive and get the Bucs back into this one.
Yeah, in that drive, too, he was spreading the ball around. We saw Tez Johnson, Cade Otton, Rashad White. Ball getting moved around, of course, Emeka Buka with his big play. Who gets the ball after half? Mr. Smith asked. It is the New England Patriots ball.
Yeah. That they do. And just a reminder again for everybody, we will have a Pewter post-game show coming back after the game is done, probably around 5-ish, probably around somewhere between 5:15 and 5:30 is likely when we'll have the Pewter post-game show.
Felix Smith says, we miss Bucky.
Yeah, I think so.
He's not in the sling anymore. We know the shoulder injury was worse than the ankle. I mean, I at this point, you want these guys healthy for the playoffs. You just let him heal up until he's fully 100%. We talked about before the bye week this tough 3-game stretch for the Buccaneers. Of course, you got the Patriots. Next week, you have the Buffalo Bills. And then you got the Rams. After that, it gets a bit easier. No game is easy, but it gets a bit easier in terms of the level of competition. You just let him get healthy.
We have to see them get at least one win out of these next 3 games. And the way this game has gone, this feels like the one where they should get it done. But we'll see.
I would like for them to go 2-1, but we'll see. And you got the Carolina Panthers, then you got the Dolphins, then the Carolina Panthers again. And the Panthers have looked better this year than many probably would have expected. But they're losing right now to the Saints. We got the Falcons again on Thursday Night Football. You got the Saints as well. Tyler Shuckin at quarterback. Those are winnable games, but all division games are rough. But I would like to see the Buccaneers finish this 3-game streak at least 2-1. We'll see.
And it's a touchback on the opening kick. Richard Taroka says, Bucs relying too much on players coming back. Yeah, can't just wait around for Bucky to return. Bucs need a quick stop. All the momentum is on the side of the Patriots. And Logan Hall's just getting onto the field. So, already looks like there's miscommunication. Don't love seeing that. You're not going to call a timeout on the first play of the half. May throwing down the field. It's caught by Hollins, and that's a first down. And looks like the Bucs have learned nothing coming out of halftime.
Anthony Nelson in coverage, working up against a wide receiver. That's a mismatch all day.
Yeah.
I don't know the mindset behind that.
$180 passing yards for Drake May. Now, a lot of it came on that one play, but still. Oh, Henderson is off to the races.
Yikes. Wow.
Oh, man, that's a touchdown for New England.
Wide open lane for him.
Even worse for Tampa Bay. Big time. Yikes.
Probably the worst way you can start off the second half here if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wow, I want to see the replay on this run play. This is great blocking. Beautiful run there. Beautiful lane opened up.
No second half adjustments for Tampa Bay. Big time. Yikes.
What a nightmare scenario to start off.
Yeah.
Third quarter.
I mean, it's 21-10 Patriots. Todd Bowles not happy. And that's 2 of the last 3 games where the Bucs have allowed a big-time run. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, this defense is ass. We should have kept Liam. Bucks Basin, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, this team wins in spite of its boneheaded coach. A bit harsh. Rux's review says, we're cooked. Andrew V says, that's good game, boys.
Don't throw up the white flag in the beginning of the third quarter. We still got almost what?
Yeah, the game's not over yet.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the Bucs need to pick it up right now. But I will say, against tougher opponents, the Bucs defense is folded. Seahawks, I know the Bucs won the game, but Seahawks, problem is they don't have the offense now that they did against Seattle.
Tim Ford getting embarrassed at home after a bye. Number 1 Bucs fan. Basically, yep, same thing here. After a bye is crazy. I mean,
Big time, yikes. Navigators says, this is what 2 weeks to prepare does? Damn. Yeah, King LLAGSHD says all the MVP talk is out of the window. Yeah, that Baker's not winning MVP, at least not with this type of performance. Now, if he hosts a fantastic comeback in the second half, wow, the Patriots have scored on the opening drive of their second half in 7 straight games.
Terrence Montgomery, man, somebody go find JPP. You're not going to get 2020 or 2019 JPP. That would be the problem, though. You're going to get a mid-30s JPP. But the Buccaneers need somebody to step up in this pass rush group.
All right, how does the Bucs offense respond after a sluggish first half? And the defense not helping them out either. We'll see if the Bucs abandon the run. And Bucs Basin, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says Bowles is 1-3 after the bye. This is not good. Let's not chalk this game up just yet. Baker over the middle to Ibuka. Goes for about 8 yards.
Sat down in the middle of that zone there. Easy completion, 7-yard gain. I hope they don't abandon the run game because this defensive line is the strength of that Patriots team, that Patriots defense. They're going to pin their ears back and just get to Baker Mayfield. Milton and Barrymore, number 1 and number 2 in terms of for defensive line, in terms of QB hurries. They can get pressure, and those edge rushers can get sacks. We want to keep this defense honest.
Rachaad White with the run gets the first down.
There we go. Stick to the run. Don't leave it. First down.
Again, a touchdown on this drive, and they're right back in the game. Bucs have ran it somewhat fairly well today. Demon Murphy says, "We can ducking run the ball. Please don't give up on it." Bucs go play action. Baker down the field. Ugh. Oh, what that was. Buckeye 89 says, "There we go." I wonder who he was looking for. Yeah, that was just damn Feeney got ran over. Second and 10. Got the pony package, but Rachaad White's lining up as a receiver. Ugh, stuck at the line of scrimmage. 2 tough reps for Feeney. Oy vey. Bucs Mason, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, "Dennis sure showing why the Bucs didn't do anything." Third and 11. Crucial moment. Bucs are just 1 of 5 on third down. 3 seconds to go on the play clock. Patriots only bring 4. Baker has time. He's going to step up and throw deep down the field. He overthrows Sterling Shepard. And that's it. Bucs are going to have to punt.
It remains ugly and sluggish and flat on offense. It's not winning football, of course. Sterling Shepard, though, with a great route there, working against Carlton Davis III. It's overshot.
This is tough. Baker Mayfield's not playing well. Looks like a false start penalty on Tampa Bay. Another rushing touchdown for Jackson Dart. That does not help Emeka Egbuka's Rookie of the Year case. Oh, ball! It's loose! Recovered by the Patriots. For the record, I just tweeted that the Bucs have a big problem on offense. I don't think it's just one person. Like, I think everyone's kind of played a hand in it.
Yeah.
Injuries too, but those are the cards that you're dealt with.
I mean, you called it yourself, Dan Feeney at right guard.
Yeah, that too.
Defeated pretty badly. Doesn't help out Baker Mayfield.
His Missile Pete says, "I'm not giving Baker $250 million. He's Doug Flutie now." Well, he certainly shouldn't be getting these rumored $70 million. It's a tough one.
Yeah, Rodgers, Baker doesn't deserve an extension. This is why you make these decisions for the most time in the offseason, when you can look back and see a full overall scope of how the season went, not making like an emotional decision in week number 10.
Yeah.
He's going to get his extension. The Buccaneers love him. The fans love him. The players inside the locker room, the coaching staff, the front office. He's just having a string of a few, bad weeks and bad games, overthrows, just off a bit. How much does the injuries that he's dealing with, how much does that affect him? How much of it is now Ben Bredesen at left guard and Dan Feeney getting beat at right guard? How much does that affect it? The play calling just seems like nothing can get going. Like you said, you can't pin this on one person. Baker Mayfield definitely has not been playing at his best. Those MVP conversations, in my opinion, are over. I mean, but it's not all on him. It's a whole team game. Paul, a.k.a. OG Baker, bro. Okay.
I wanted to get to that one. So sorry, but Broussard is losing me quickly. Horrible play calling. I don't know. I think some of it's just the lack of execution. Like, okay, Baker had that throw to the right side where Ibuka was open. He just underthrew it by 10 yards. Sterling Shepard had a step and was open down the field. Baker overthrew it. That's not on Josh Broussard. The receiver's open. Broussard did his job. Now, Broussard can be criticized for some other things. And now it's going to be tougher for the Bucs defense to create a turnover because, I mean, why would you put the ball in harm's way when you have a 2-score lead?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Patriots abandoned the run earlier on in the game, and now they're going to come back to the run to waste time. They have an 11-point lead.
Sean D, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, blame Grizz, but Baker is missing open people. Yeah, I mean, Baker hasn't made the throws. So I agree with that tenfold. And Ryan H, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, can't blame anyone for selling ticks now. Yeah, when they play worse at home than they do on the road, it's a little tough. It's 3rd and 8, though. The Bucs can get a stop here, then maybe they can get back into it. Piss Missile Pete says, bring in Lane Kiffin. Yeah, his dad, obviously, is Bucs Ring of Honor member.
Yep.
Bucs only rush 3 on 3rd down. May's going to step up. Throws over the middle. Nice pass breakup by Servatier Dennis. They had Levante David spying Drake May so he couldn't run. And that's a very important stop made by Tampa Bay. I know beggars can't be choosers, but kind of wondering why Servatier Dennis couldn't intercept it there.
2 hands on the football as well. Great play, but yeah, it could have been intercepted.
Was needed, though. Definitely needed by this defense. So, job well done. Patriots punted away. Cameron Johnson's going to have room to return it. Let's see if he can provide a spark. And he doesn't. He's tackled right away, almost immediately.
There is a flag. I mean, the Buccaneers will be starting at the 15. It's on the Patriots, or is it on the Buccaneers?
Blindside block? Come on. That wasn't a blindside block. Damn. Even worse then. Guys 85 says Tampa has very little starting caliber players on defense. I mean, that's just not true. Vita Vea is one of the best nose tackles in the league. Levante David's a future Ring of Honor member. Antoine Winfield Jr. is a former All-Pro player. Tyke Smith is playing at a very high level. Jamel Dean is having a career year, a pick 6, 3 interceptions on the season. To say they don't have starting level guys is just asinine. But thanks for the comment. James Winters, staying positive, says, still a lot of game left. Rhythm needs to be built now. Roxas Review says, we don't have explosive players right now on offense. That kind of feels right. Like, Cade Otton isn't a game changer at tight end.
No. I mean, you call play action correctly, Tez Johnson could beat somebody over the top. We haven't seen a real deep ball shot to Tez Johnson. He missed the Baker Mayfield hit the Sterling Shepard deep ball when he worked against Carlton Davis, and he got a pretty good route on him. But yeah, I'd like to see maybe some deep play action to Tez Johnson down the field.
As one thing when Tez Johnson is carving up the Saints, but it's another when you're going against the top team. So, not what you want to see.
I would say for the Patriots defender, outside of Hawkins, Jones at nickel, Christian Gonzalez, the rookie safety, and also Carlton Davis third, they're not, the best of the best.
Yeah.
I would hit. I mean, you need some play. They need momentum. They need some kind of game-changing play. This team isn't built to be, this offense isn't built to be back there, pinned back at the 8-7 yard line. It's horrible field positioning. You just hope they can get first down, get something going here. You need one chunk play, get the energy back.
Sean Tucker's in the backfield for the Bucs. Cade Otton goes in motion. They're going to run it with Sean Tucker, who loses 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, move it even more back here. That's not good.
Sean D, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, need a drive here. Let's go, Bucs. Stay positive. We're trying. The Bucs aren't making it easy, Sean D, but trying to stay positive. We got a $5 super chat from Carlos R. Thank you, Carlos, who says, Bowles is not the right head coach for this team. When his defense underperforms, he behaves more like a disappointed fan than a head coach. No sense of fire or urgency. Baker throws, caught by Otton. Oh, gets a yard short. I get what you're saying, Carlos. I think there are times when the train is off the track and it's going downhill, there's no way to stop it, like that Seattle game. But they also play very hard for him at the same time.
Yep. They love him. I mean, this is not a 2-6 football team. This is a 6-2 football team. I think we need to calm down with all the firing of anybody here. Or the Baker Mayfield not getting contract extension.
Rashad White just gets enough for the first down. So short yardage has been dicey for Tampa Bay as of late, but Rashad White is able to burrow his head forward and get the first down. Looks like a Patriots player is down.
Guys, 85. Yeah, 6-2 team is about to be 6-5. I mean, who knows? That's why they play these games. Matt, you said that earlier here, and I think they will be 6-5 if this offense can't find their rhythm. If this offense cannot find any momentum, nothing going on offense. I mean, you had 2 weeks to scheme up against Josh Gazard, to scheme up against this Patriots defense. Besides, outside that first drive, again, it's just been bad. It's just been ugly, and it's not just on Josh Gazard, as we mentioned before. It's not just on Baker Mayfield, but ugly offense.
The defense isn't good enough to consistently win them games over and over. They can do it from time to time, like we saw against New Orleans, but ultimately it's going to come down to the offense. Demon Murphy says, get points this drive. Constantinos. Yep. Giorgio says, yards are hard to come by again today. Jem says, yard work. Scotty J. Let's get 7 right here. That would be big time. Scotty J says, come on, Bucs fans, Tampa.
Tim Ford says, guys, Josh is doing his job. The quarterback is playing like trash. Please hold him accountable. I don't think we've made any excuses for Baker Mayfield. We've said the MVP conversations are over. He's off. He's been off ever since, in my opinion, since the 49ers game. Just hasn't looked correct.
I mean, if we're playing the blame game and it's only between Baker and Grizzard, I would say it's 60-40 Baker over Grizzard.
When Josh Grizzard is calling up a play, he's not expecting it to be overthrown, for example, or just off the marker.
The Wolfman, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, do I think Lane Kiffin would work now? Yes. When he was the Raiders coach, he wasn't as seasoned as he is now, but let's not fret. We're 6-2. Yeah, I mean, even if the Bucs lose this game, we can't be talking about a coaching change. There needs to be way more of, like, merit for that. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bucs. 8:17 to go in the third quarter. They go empty. Hasn't worked all day. I don't know why it would work now. Baker going deep down the field for the sidelines. Penalty on the play. Bucs are finally going to get a call. That was Gonzalez against Ibuka. They're going to call Gonzalez for PI. That's one way to move the ball. Yeah, I mean, he's grabbing his jersey. A lot of close-ups on Vrabel today, feels like.
Yeah.
All right, Bucs are at the 40. Let's see what they can do. They run it with, with Rachaad White. He was able to get 2 yards. It's the second time where Rachaad White was about to get tackled a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage and then was able to get up to, positive.
I was gonna call out Tez Johnson here real quick for not helping, like throwing a good block.
Well, he had to wait because they have the weak side, they have the blind side blocking penalty.
Yeah, but I was gonna call out Tez Johnson there, but then you have to remember he's the lightest player in the NFL. The
That too.
Players. I don't think he can throw much.
Baker throwing down the field, has Ibuka, makes the catch, stays in bounds. Nicely done.
Good job.
Solid day for Mechatron, getting close to 100 yards. Bucs moving the ball, keeping in the fight. Cameron Johnson's in the game. They're going to run it with Sean Tucker. Finds a lane and gets a first down. Ball comes out at the end, but clearly he was down. I think you got to stay with Sean Tucker.
Yep.
As much as it'll hurt my fantasy team, got to stay with Shawnee Tucks.
He's been the more effective runner on the ground. And like we talked about earlier, White is the better pass blocker. He is the better pass catcher, but on the ground, I take Tucker over White. I feel like White runs with a little bit of too much hesitation and bouncing around. Versus Tucker just kind of goes north.
All right, Bucs over midfield, getting into field goal range. Has a wide open Cade Ott who takes the hit, makes the catch, and it's a first down, Bucs.
Beautiful, wow.
Great catch by Cade Otten, who absorbed the hit, knew it was coming. And the Bucs got something here.
Yeah, great job securing the football. Good job. I like the gritty look of Cade Otten always. No gloves, just the tape around the fingers. The whole gritty look. I like the look.
Baker
Old
under
school tight
center. Cameron Johnson goes in motion. It's an end around to Cameron Johnson. He's got the speed. Cameron Johnson gets the first down. The Bucs are inside the 10. People wanted Tez Johnson on the end around, but it worked for Cameron Johnson as well. This is the Bucs' best drive of the second half. Excuse me.
And kudos to Sterling Shepard helping Johnson out with that block. Just gets the second guy. If he could have got past that first defender with that block by Sterling Shepard, it might have been close to the end zone, if not a touchdown.
Yeah.
And this drive, Josh Brizard
staying in the game. Devin Culp's in the game too at tight end.
There we go, Culp sighting.
Little play action. Baker on the move. Throws for the end zone. Incomplete. You had a gaggle of people there. Emeka Egbuka, Payne Durham, I think, was in there. And Hawkins is down for the Pat Riots on the play. Yeah, they went right into each other. Camera person got annihilated as well. Let's see who. They probably won't go that far into it. That'll be second and goal for the Bucs.
PFF has Hawkins as the second best safety in the league coming into this week. If he's out, that's a big loss for that secondary.
Eric says, nice adjustments by Grizz. I like it. Cecil says, Tez Johnson screen likely incoming. All right, 4:23 to go when this ball is snapped next. Second and goal for the Bucs, trying to fight their way back in. They sure do miss having Mike Evans. I'll tell you that. Rashad White is back in the game. Emeka Egbuka goes in motion. He has Egbuka. Can't make the catch. The security person on the outside does. Pretty calmly just gives it to the ref. Oh, man, he should have had that.
Yeah, perfect spot, perfect throw by Baker. Just doesn't come down with that catch.
How is Miami shutting out Buffalo? That's insane. All right, third and goal. Big play. Tough call to make here, too. Baker's going to step up. Throw into the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tez Johnson, and he does the backflip. What a throw by Baker Mayfield. Great job extending the play. And Tez Johnson scores his third touchdown of the season. Awesome job by Tez Johnson.
Being covered by Carlton Davis III. Matt, we got a ball game here again. This is now a one-possession game.
We do. Laura of Lucas, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, there is still hope.
There is.
Prayer
10 out of 10 celebration.
Bucs are going to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. Got Rashad White in there. They're going to run it with Rashad. It's a reverse. Egbuka, is he going to throw it? Oh, man, there's a penalty on the play anyway. They want to throw to Baker. I respect the creativity. All right, so no go on the 2-point conversion. Makes sense why they went for it. But it is a one-possession game for Tampa Bay. Yeah, Carlton was on the coverage. Now, it makes all the sense to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. I don't understand everyone who has an issue with it.
Was that the play call would have gone with? That's a question mark for me. I think sometimes you got to play it safe instead of getting pretty. But they tried it. They were aggressive. Didn't work out. But Ted Johnson did get the touchdown, so it becomes a one-possession game. So that's a good part. 16-21.
It's true.
Looks only down by 5 now.
HK45 says, Tez. Shaggy says, down in Tasmania. Chase Rick, Tez, mother effing Johnson. Q's44, Tez Maniac. Ecliptic Sir says, win. Says that flip was bad. I don't know. I thought it was good. Richard Taroka, Tez, and a flip. Black Crow Volume 2, Tez.
Now, the preseason one he did was the best. He had the most air on that one. They had the photograph where he's fully upside down. But come on, he still had a great celebration there.
That one was awesome because it was the first time that we saw it.
Yeah. Now, in that goal line situation there for the 2-point conversion, I would like to see Payne Durham, a big tight end, big body tight end, maybe get him a bit more involved. You don't have Mike Evans, of course, but Payne Durham, he's a big guy. Do a little zone fade to him.
I mean, I don't know. Payne Durham doesn't have a catch this season. We're 10 games into the season.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's like, hey, you're our guy in crunch time situation.
No, of course not. But they wouldn't be expecting it. I just like the idea of using your big body receiver in the goal line.
By the way, RIP to Paul Tagliabue. I believe he passed away today, former commissioner of the NFL. So condolences to him and his family. They are mentioning him on the CBS broadcast. We also have this $1.99 super chat from Sean D. Thank you very much. Says, told y'all we need a drive. Go Bucs. Go Tez Johnson. Yeah, Bucs are very much in this game.
And this is why you never just throw up the white flag after the first drop of the third quarter. You got to keep it going.
What if the Patriots fumble on this drive?
Ooh.
Also, because all these analytics nerds say the Bucs score a touchdown here, they just go for 2 again. And then it would make it it would make it 24-21. So
yeah.
Patriots will start at the 35 with 4:12 to go in the third quarter. Another important thing, too, is Bucs defense got a lot of rest on that drive. Oh, May going down the field, overthrows Hunter Henry. Vontae David in coverage. Second and 10 coming up. Defense to make a play, a strip sack, an interception.
Something.
Yeah, anything. Go to Henderson on the outside. Ooh, flips into the air. Could be a 3-and-out for Tampa Bay if they can do something. Come on. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1.
Morrison working against Stephon Diggs.
Hey, pass up. How did Vita Vea miss him? Vita, what are you doing, man? Oh, man. Vita Vea had a straight, clean run at Drake May. That's tough. All you got to do is wrap him up. That's tough. Oh, Vita Vea. A colossal mistake. Tyke Smith blitzes. May gonna roll to the outside. Tyke's got speed. Oh, nearly an interception for Tampa Bay. May tried to toss it to Westover. Yeah, you had Tyke on the blitz, Nelson as well. The Bucs got to get their freaking hands up. There's been so many times May's trying to get rid of the ball. You just put your hands up. You got to stop. Man. Squandered opportunities. We'll end around. Rossi Dennis misses the tackle. All right. No game. Another huge third down for the Bucs. Minutes to go in the third quarter. Get New England off the field. They get a stop. Bucs don't bring the blitz. Yaya's in pursuit. So is Logan Hall. May's going to run. And they stop him short.
Phenomenal stop there.
It's like a Patriots player is down. I don't think it's close enough for New England to try to go for it. That'll make it 4th and 5. Good pressure by Yaya. What the decision is here.
That's the rookie Travion Henderson. They're out their RB1 Stevenson. So now Jennings becomes their true RB1. Not good.
Oh, yeah, I got caught up right there with Yaya.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Wow, Patriots are going for it.
Really aggressive move. No risk and no biscuit.
Yeah.
Empty set.
Oh, man. The guts on Mike Vrabel. Oh, it's knocked away. Zion McCollum with the pass breakup. Good pressure by Vita Vea. Bucs get a very important 4th down stop. And get the ball back with a chance to take the lead.
In good field position overall. Great job of Zion.
Yes, job well done by Zion. Doesn't matter that he didn't pick it off. It was a 4th down anyway. Incidental contact with tripping. Yeah.
Kind of a bit better he didn't pick it off because it gives the Buccaneers a little bit better field position.
What a bounce back for this Bucs defense. So Bucs start with great field position, almost at midfield. They're going to run it with Rachaad White. Gets about 4 yards. And we are in for a game, folks. Just under a minute to go in the third quarter.
Two and Cinco Ocho. Let's go. We have a really interesting ball game now here. Now it's up to the Buccaneers offense. You got to go for the 2-point conversion. Oh, that would bring it to you 24, but they could take the lead here with a touchdown.
Yeah. Bucs go play action. Oh, Baker. Okay. Dumps it off to Cade Otton. Baker almost ran into the sack. Well, they'll make a third down. Presumably, they'll wait until the fourth quarter. They're going no huddle. I don't know why.
I wouldn't snap it here.
Off sides.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how that's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, they were just trying to get the D-line to bite there.
Makes sense. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. We're going to the fourth quarter, folks, and that means put your 4s up. We have a hell of a football game. Bucs trail 21-16, but they're driving with a chance to take the lead. Like we said, 2 good teams, very back and forth. We'll see who comes out on top and if the Bucs can get this third down. So Ralph giving the 4s. Gaming Wizard as well. Chase Rick. Let's go. Ecliptic Sir with the 4. Daniel Gomez. Mike Honcho. Dylan Mullen.
4-4-4.
Scotty J says we need 14 in the fourth. Could be. Mike Hogan as well. Marco to the Wise. Speaking of 4, says give it to 44 now. I wouldn't mind that. Michael Wags with the 4 as well. Constantinos Gregorio. 4's up. Time for some Baker magic.
Baker magic, if history repeats itself, we know this is when the offense, the fourth quarter, when the offense wakes up. Let's see.
That is
does
true.
Baker have another good comeback in him?
End of the game situations. That's Baker's forte. Sean D, thanks for this $1.99 super chat. Appreciate all your super chats today. Says, need another drive. Go Bucs. Stay positive. Tim Ford says, why am I nervous for this third down call? It's understandable. I mean, it's a close game. Patriots defense is pretty good. Mike Hogan, Cardiac Bucs. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since the Bucs had these like close, intense games, but still very much what they do. Diesel Roche with the 4 emojis as well. HK45 says, need that Baker scramble. Yeah, another week where Baker hasn't really been able to run.
You know, if they don't get it here on third down, I go for it again on fourth. Just fully be aggressive. Get the first. Get 2 attempts at it.
Depending on the yardage, for sure.
Unless you get sacked, of course, and lose some yards. And makes it a bit tougher. But yeah, I'm not opposed to going for it twice back-to-back.
3rd and a long one for Tampa Bay. Sean Tucker is in the game. Ryan Miller's in as well. Bucs going very tight.
Real condensed package here. Yeah.
Tucker rushes. Oh, man, he's close. Looks like they're going to give it to him.
Ooh. Yeah, I think he got it.
I think he got it, too. Very, very close.
I'd keep Tucker in the game here. go one, maybe two more rushes, and then take a shot off of a play action pass.
I agree. They've had way more of a spark with Sean Tucker in the game. Rashad White's had some moments, but yeah, it's been a lot more of Shawnee Tucks. Another tight formation. They go play action. Baker has all the time in the world. I mean, he had so much time, and he just fires it with three defenders around Cade Otton. I don't understand that decision. I don't like that throw by Baker.
I got to watch the replay again, but I think there was open space. He could have taken off and ran to
that too, yeah.
Yeah.
What are these decisions?
Oh, yikes.
I mean, did he not see the defender right next to Sean Tucker? Man.
3rd and 12.
Like, I know he had to get rid of the ball, but man. So all that momentum with the 4th down stop, getting the 1st down on 3rd and short, doesn't do much if the Bucs aren't able to get some ground on this play. Baker finds Otton. Okay. All right. So they're probably going to go for it here.
Yeah, so close. Okay, what is that? About 3 yards? About 3 yards out.
You got to go for it here. I mean, you're not going to punt it. If they decide to kick a field goal, fine. But I like it. Staying aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's saying go for it, go for it, go for it. They're going for it. I like it too.
Okay, interesting formation. You got to. All right, Cade Otton makes the catch. There's a flag on the play.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
What's going on with the Sterling Shepard collision there?
Everybody's walking back. Yeah, they're calling Sterling Shepard for pass interference. Oh, that sucks. Cade Otton was wide open on the play. Wide open. I mean, I don't know if that's pass interference on like they both collided with each other. I don't know how that's on just Shepard.
Yeah, it wasn't purposeful. I don't think they ran into each other.
Yeah. Jan Rogers says, "What the F?" So now the Bucs have to punt. Oh, man, that sucks. Yep, goes right into man. Terrible situation all around. Bucs don't get the 4th down. An awful, awful punt coverage in a crucial moment. So one score here might do it in for Tampa Bay. And again, if Baker runs the football on 1st down instead of trying to force in a throw to Cade Otton, I don't know, that later catch to Cade Otton on the 3rd down probably becomes a first down, so they don't have to go for it on fourth down.
Bucs guy brings up a great point, picking off where we were talking about Baker scared to run the damn ball here. I mean, I don't know if it's something injury related, but there's been a few opportunities. I think about two that I can count on the last few drives where he's deciding not to run. And I thought there was open space where he could have got the first down on the left side. I don't know exactly what's going on there. Baker is probably still hurt. Black Crow, Volume 2 says.
Jem says, Shepard always gets called on a pick, and yes, Baker should have run on first. He just makes bad decisions. I didn't love his decision-making. Diesel Riche says, ridiculous, man. Defense got to get a turnover.
Drake May, he protects the ball. Again, he only has 4 interceptions coming into this game. He did have an interception last week. I mean, Jamel Dean, Zion was really close, but that would have actually pushed the Buccaneers a little bit further behind. Savasi Dennis was close to picking off the ball also earlier in the game. I don't know. Need some kind of turnover. That would be awesome for this Buccaneers defense.
All right. Bucs defense tasked with trying to help out their offense once again. May's going to drop back, dumps it off to Henderson. Eventually tackled by Levante David. Former Buccaneer great Logan Ryan in the booth with Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. Second and 7. Chris Braswell's in the game. Looks like Anthony Nelson's lined up offsides. Yep, there you go. Scoot back. It's a handoff. Oh, Anton Whitfield Jr. with a great play.
Outside of that huge explosive run by Travion Henderson, the Buccaneers have done really good against the run game for the Patriots here.
Yeah, and especially in the second half, too.
Yeah. 3rd and 9, another opportunity. Get the Patriots offense off the field.
Big time. Bucs only bring 3. They drop a lot back in coverage. May over the middle. Oh, man, it's caught. Wow, the ref marking him short. I don't know about that one. I thought hey, I'll take it for the Bucs. But I don't know. I thought that was first down, if I'm being honest.
Actually, him coming back to it, when he finally gets his feet and everything's set, he's behind the goal line. I'm sorry, the first down marker.
They're going to punt it? Ooh, watch the fake. Watch the fake. Wow. All right. Bucs get a 3 and out. Cameron Johnson time. Nope. That's all right. Bucs got a chance. They got a chance.
Surprised they didn't play aggressive there. No fake punt, no going for it on 4th and a little bit less than 1. Here we go.
Ecliptic Sir says, win ref. Still a lot of time left in this game.
Michael LaRue, 43, he's talking about Braswell gives the Bucs nothing out there. He doesn't even try a move. Just gets locked up with the offensive tackle. I think it's fair to say he's been a full bust, complete bust for the Buccaneers. Things can change. He still has 2 more years on his contract after this, but the Buccaneers did not expect to get the lack of production for a second round pick that they're getting on
No,
Braswell
he hasn't helped too much
at all. And he gets a little bit more playing time with Reddick being out due to injury, but still nothing. Action here says Braswell, more like Braz not well. He's not playing well at all.
Braz not well, yeah.
Braz not well. I like that.
Just some other scores around the league. The Saints are beating the Panthers 17-7. The Jets lead over the Browns 24-17. Jaguars well up on the Texans 29-10. Miami blowing out Buffalo 22-6. Giants have a 20-10 lead on the Bears. Ravens 27-13 on Minnesota. So Saints helping out the Bucs if they can hold on and if the Bucs can pull off this comeback. What an interesting league.
I don't view the Panthers as a true threat to the Buccaneers in terms of unseating them as the NFC South Kings at the end of the season.
Right.
But you do want to create separation course within your division.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with these, because they're 2 games up in the loss column.
Mm-hmm.
As Rashad White runs it on first down. With these next 3 games coming up that are very difficult, you don't want to lose. I mean, you never want to lose 3 in a row anyway, but you don't want to lose 3 and the Panthers are able to tie it up by like winning 1 out of the next 3. So if you can find a way for the Bucs to win today and New Orleans holds on, then you got a 3-game lead against Carolina and you feel much better about all those matchups. Plus, Atlanta lost today too. So
yep, against the Colts, all the way in
building a big cushion. All right, 2nd and 5 for Tampa Bay. Need a tutty. Watch out! Oh, Tristan Wirfs got beat. Baker trying to make things happen, but then he finally gets sacked. A rare loss by Tristan Wirfs. Shocking. Yeah, just got beat right off the jump. Baker tried to be the superhero. Yeah, I agree with AJ, who says throw it away. Like, sometimes you got to live to fight another day. Crucial 3rd and 9 with 8:40 to go. To screen a Sterling Shepard goes absolutely nowhere. Why are they throwing a screen to the slowest player that they have at wide receiver? That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't mind the screen. Like, occasionally you got to mix it up on 3rd down. Like, we saw the Patriots run a pitch play. But that one I question a ton.
It would have made more sense to a guy like Cam Johnson or Tez Johnson in that scenario. Waste of a drive.
And a bad punt by Riley Dixon. That's great field position for the Patriots.
Wow, horrible punt. Last punt, couldn't pin them back in the 20. This punt gets him about at midfield. Not good. At least he's getting them off without them being blocked. Bucs guy, what is his play calling? Tim Ford, not a true contender. If this offense continues to play like this, I agree with you.
Yeah, this isn't a Super Bowl team with this offense.
Nope. Hughes 44. I like Cohen better.
Yeah, I think everyone
Yeah.
would say
Yeah.
that Liam Cohen's a better defender. Logan Hall's injured on the play, but nice job by the whole Bucs defense getting the stop on the run. Immediately grabbed his stomach. Tyke Smith ends up making the tackle.
Yeah, it's the impact when he lands on the ground there. But he seems like he's fine. JK, it is nice to hear Logan's name called.
Yeah, right? Drake May going deep down the field. Get the pick. Oh, come on. You have 3 Bucs players there. No one can get the hand on the ball.
I think Winfield turned around a little bit too early.
Yeah, just a second too late. Or too early, yeah. Good pressure by the Bucs. Oh, my God. Vita Vea throttled Drake May on that play. Oh, man.
Vita versus the rookie left guard there. Wilson just completely destroys him.
Yeah, he just didn't track that well. It's a 3rd and 14.
All right, here we go. And
Don't want to give May time. He's going deep down the field. He's got a receiver, and that's pathetic. That is pathetic by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's the ball game. What a pathetic display of defense. The Bucs have played so well on defense in the second half, but 3rd and 14, and you allow that.
He gets beat deep by guys
Zion
not even a true
McCollum
wide receiver too.
Has not earned his contract extension. We love Zion. He's friend of the program. He has not earned his contract extension.
I won't say it's a wrap yet. If the Buccaneers force just a field goal, just allow a field goal, then the game's still, in play. But you have to be bend but don't break.
Oh, don't you?
Are they going to call
undisciplined? They were going to get the Patriots for a hold, and now it's a late hit on Tyke Smith. Man, when it rains, it pours.
Absolutely.
Damn. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Oh, never mind. It was 2 penalties on the Bucs. How much of Zion's contract is guaranteed? Should know that off the top of my head.
The Bucs normally do Greenberg. The first 2 years are guaranteed. That's how.
That's typically the case.
I would assume that's the case in this scenario, but I mean, he got beat by Hollins, who again, I don't even view him as he's like a fringe wide receiver 3. I mean, he got Zion. He's known for his speed, partly.
$35 million was guaranteed. Also, I don't know how that's a late hit. He was inbounds. But yeah, this game is officially done. Tough loss for the Bucs.
Yeah, the only saving grace here is holding the Patriots offense to a field goal. They're gonna go all 4 attempts here. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you do hold them to a field goal, it makes it an 8-point game.
They get the first down stop. That's a good thing. And 3 more attempts. And that time keeps ticking and ticking and ticking. You don't call a timeout, of course, here, but
no, not
they're
yet.
eating the clock up. And
because realistically, you could let up a touchdown, go no huddle, score a quick touchdown, and then still have all 3 timeouts.
Absolutely.
May throwing it, throws it away, and that stops the clock as well.
There we go. That's good. All right, 2 more attempts. Anthony Nelson, very quiet game after that tremendous performance against the New Orleans Saints in week number 8.
Good pressure there.
Garrett Bradbury, the center, veteran center, held his ground. He got pushed back a bit, but held his ground against Vita Vea. That's not an easy task. 3rd and goal.
May's going to scramble, has time. Anthony Nelson in pursuit, throws to the corner of the end zone. It's intercepted! It's intercepted! Tyke Smith with a gigantic play for the Bucs. Holy smokes, Tyke Smith keeps the Bucs alive!
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Tyke Smith with a monumental play! Wow!
He's been a phenomenal safety, a phenomenal partner for Antoine Winfield Jr. in that backfield. Man, what a play, extending his body fully out. Wow. Not even bend but don't break defense. We're going to take the ball away, and we're going to give it back to the offense. What a save there.
Holy smokes. Tyke.
Play of the game. Yep, Tommy.
Buckeye 89 says, there you go, 23.
We were asking for a turnover. We finally got one here by Tyke Smith. Now the Buccaneers offense, you need to capitalize on this.
Yeah, this is completely on the Bucs offense.
Yep.
Now or never for this group.
Yep. About a 5-yard gain there by Rachaad White on the ground.
Man, what a play by Tyke Smith. His first pick of the game.
Drake May's 5th of the season. They're rare for him. But man, Tyke Smith, an incredible play, fully extending his body. Baker now in an empty set. You got Rachaad White as a wide receiver at the bottom of the screen.
Gets the first down, Rachaad White. And by the way, for all the morons, I shouldn't say morons, for all the people that are like, oh, like, the 2-point conversion's going to screw them. Well, if they would have got the 2-point conversion, they only need a field goal right now. So.
It was the right move. I didn't agree with the play call per se, but it was the right move. Look at Miami continue to score on that Buffalo Bills defense.
Upset of the week. All right, 4 minutes to go. It's a 1st and 10 for the Bucs. They need a touchdown to win the game.
JK says, happy to get the ball back.
Baker dumps it off to Rachaad White. That goes for about a yard. You keep the clock moving. Each team has all 3 timeouts. So as much as you want to milk the clock, it'll also be difficult to completely kill all of the time without giving the ball back to New England based on the timeouts. But let's see. 21-16, 2nd and 9. Let's see who's going to get open for Tampa Bay. Patriots only bring 4. The ball's caught by Cade Otton. He gets close to midfield, probably around the 48, with 3 minutes to go. A lot of factors at play. Oh, man. Cade Otton's fired up. He's having a big-time game.
7 receptions, 66 yards. They're getting him more involved in this game. I like to see it.
They run it with Sean Tucker, who finds a lane. Tucker is past the 40, goes out of bounds. That's probably not the smartest decision, but it's a first down for Sean Tucker. Yeah, I don't know why you got... I mean, you got to score the touchdown regardless. And Patriots do have all 3 timeouts, but a nice run by Sean Tucker. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta stay in bounds, man. Force the Patriots to use those timeouts. Baker over the middle. Oh, it's dropped by Cameron Johnson. That's probably why he doesn't get as much playing time. That's a tough one. Got to catch it. It's on the freaking fingertips. Second and 10 from the 35. Otton makes the catch. Make it 3rd and 3, maybe 4. Cade Otton has 9 catches. What an outing for him. Bucs are going to let it go to the 2-minute warning. Oh, man. What a game we have, folks. So many different variables as well. The Bucs obviously, first and foremost, need to score a touchdown. They have all 3 timeouts. It'll be a 3rd and 3 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Patriots also have all 3 timeouts. So you got to factor in, they don't want to let up the touchdown, but they also want to have enough time to score if that's the case. So it becomes a little bit of a game of cat and mouse.
They get a first down, then the Patriots that force them. You have to start using your timeouts. This is exciting football. I thought this was going to be a game that came down to the final minutes. I mentioned that in the beginning, but we actually see it come to fruition now. It's amazing. This is why people love football. This is why you can never wave the white flag and just quit. This is an amazing game, an amazing sport. Run Tucker, milk the clock.
King Reckless says, hit Tez. Eduardo Delgado says, we got a rusher over 50 yards. That is true. Chris Hobson says, run Tucker, milk the clock. I think you got to get the first down and then worry about milking the clock. Wellesley says, I feel a Baker scramble for the first time here. Now would be the right time.
He's 44. Give me some 44 power. He's been the most effective runner on the ground for the Buccaneers. Again, get the first down and then drain the clock. And it's a good time to score, of course. Hal says, when will Grizz learn he has more than one tight end? Hal, you can't be too negative.
Complain about not getting Payne Durham involved? Is this where we're at?
I mean, Cade Otton, he's having a tremendous game. He's on fire. And you feed the hot hand.
Exactly.
It's like, all right, Cade Otton's too hot right now. Let's go through it to Devin Coper. Let's go through it. You keep hitting the guy who's getting the first downs. You keep giving the ball to the guy who's making effective plays for you, impact plays for you.
Cade Otton has 9 catches for 82 yards. Let's not freak out about anyone else.
You throw it to the guy who's open, and Cade Otton's gotten open this whole drive. JB Easy, the Saints won. Again, that helps out the Buccaneers.
Yeah, it's big time for Tampa Bay. All right, a big time 3rd and 3. Have to get this. Obviously, they go for it on 4th down. Oh, he's got Rachaad White in the flat. Oh, Cade Otton got drilled.
Ooh, almost picked off as well.
I want to say Baker had Cade Otton, Rachaad White open in the flat. Maybe not so much. Just wasn't able to hold on to it. That was nearly picked as well.
Mm-hmm. That's Bill Lane.
All right, 4th and 3. Game sort of on the line. Bucs got to hurry. They only got 10 seconds on the play clock. I don't like this. Patriots bring a blitz. Baker's engulfed. And he's sacked. Just awful. Awful.
Tyke Smith gave this offense an opportunity, and
Yeah,
they squandered it. The only good thing right now is the Buccaneers do have 3 timeouts. No 2-minute warning, but you have 3 timeouts. But if the Patriots get a first down, that's game over.
yeah. No, this game's done.
Tremendous pressure and rush there by Chase on. Had a career year. Great signing for them.
I mean, for any of the mistakes that the Bucs defensively had today, this loss is on the offense. There's no other way to sugarcoat it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Tyke Smith again hands the Buccaneers offense Baker Mayfield, Josh Grizzard with a perfect opportunity. One more chance to go down the field and score. They don't do anything in return. They don't capitalize on that turnover.
Yeah, just nothing.
Nothing, no points at all. All right.
Timeout.
You need a 3 and out.
Yep.
That's how you start it. Now you got to call your first timeout.
We also have to be realistic. For as aggressive as Mike Vrabel has been, I don't put it past the Patriots to throw it on maybe even this down. But
yeah,
I see them throwing it on 3rd down. No doubt about it. I mean, the fact that Baker couldn't even get a pass off is alarming. So 1:43 to go, 2nd and 9. Bucs need to get a stop.
I hope they stick on the ground because the Buccaneers defense, besides that big explosive run by Henderson, they've been able to stop this run.
No, that's it. Bucs can't get the stop. They're going to lose.
No.
They're going to lose.
That's it.
Wow. That's it.
That's game.
Another huge run by Travion Henderson. I mean, how do you give this up? Levante misses the tackles. Rosé Dennis not there. Yeah, it's tough.
There's no excuse for getting up 2 explosive 60-yard plus runs like that. It's insane. That is game over. Buccaneers will fall to 6 and 3 unless a miracle happens.
Yeah.
Again, good thing is the Falcons lost, the Panthers lost.
Yeah, that's true. Then it helps them with the division. Feels like really feels like one that got away.
Yep. And
What's going to happen too is I took the under in this game, and now I'm going to get screwed because the Bucs are going to score, and the over is going to hit. So I'll be a double loser.
Crispin the Gosta fire bowls now to save the season. Can we stop with all these firings? Who do you give the mantle to? You say Josh Grizzard, who can't do anything on offense. You're going to be the next head coach. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. that's not going to save the season. If anything, that's going to tank the season. They lost this game. This game, the next 2 weeks against the Buffalo Bills, who are going to lose, or if they have not lost already against the Miami Dolphins, it's going to be a tough game. And they got the Rams after that. But you got to come out either 1-2, Matt, like you said. Ideally, I wanted a 2-1 out of this stretch here, but it becomes a bit harder when you lose this first game right out of the bye. The offense sluggish.
Very sluggish. Very sluggish.
We
will have a post-game show after this, folks. Just a reminder for everybody.
Bucs guy says Bulls gave this team a week off. I think that's like part of the contract is during a bye week they have to be off, I believe, right, Matt? I think that's part of it.
I mean, no team has their players practice.
Yeah. I think that's part of the player contract or player association. All right, first down here. I mean, there's not much you can do. It's you score. If you score, you have to announce that you're going to do an onside kick, and you have to make that. It's not good position that you're in.
Baker down the middle, caught by Emeka Buka. So Buka's over 100 yards. Good for him. Patriots don't care.
Where was his offense earlier?
I know.
A little bit too late during garbage time.
I'm with you. Looks like the Bucs called a timeout, I'm assuming. Yeah. Timeout for Tampa Bay.
I think
58 seconds to go. Sorry.
The next 2 weeks, you got the Bills, you got the Rams. I think the Rams is the harder of the two competitions, especially we know the history between McVay and Todd Bowles. It seems like McVay always gets the upper hand.
Mr.
Your next
King,
win is going to be
$2 super chat says 4-game losing streak incoming, one and done. Baker to the sideline, caught. I think he was out of bounds. Haven't seen a ref yet. Okay. We have a $5 super chat from Carlos R. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, embarrassing defense. That's Bowles' department. 2 long runs for touchdowns. Bowles should not be the head coach in 2026 if they don't make it to the NFC Championship game. I don't think that's going to
happen. I don't see that happening.
Baker too high for a Buka. They'll make it 3rd and 10. Garrett Washington says, we need one more weapon or an actual pass rusher. Now, remember, playoffs, they should likely have Mike Evans back. So, Bucs Basement unhappy with the Bucs general manager. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, so Dennis couldn't be replaced. Great job, Light. Baker to the sideline. Caught by Sterling Shepard. He goes out of bounds. 45 seconds. Why do I sense a Carlton Davis interception coming?
That would be the icing. The cherry on top of the cake here, man.
Yeah. Baker throws over the middle, caught by Tez Johnson. He dives. Bucs call their final timeout. That touchdown's going to hurt. Andre Meyer says, so when do we blame Mayfield? He's definitely a big part of it. Second and 1. Baker fires for the end zone. Caught by Tez Johnson. Yep. So the over's going to hit. I'm going to be a double loser. All because Travion Henderson didn't go down. Oh, man. Hey, good for the Bucs. Woohoo.
Two touchdowns. It's garbage time, but 2 touchdowns on the day for the rookie, Ted Johnson. Good cash there.
Yeah.
Even if you get the onside kick here, you want it. But you have no timeouts, and 33, there's going to be less than 33 seconds on the clock. Eric. And now the offense does something. Shake my
Yeah.
hand. Too late here.
Yeah.
Matt, we got a super chat here.
Oh, let's go. Oh, we got a couple. Black Gold, LDBC's most wanted. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says, need pass rush, been like this 5 years. I mean, 2 weeks ago they had 5 sacks. So I don't know about that. Black Gold, 1999. Thank you so much for this 1999 super chat. Says, the defense can't be winning them all. The offense has to step up. Did I see Wirfs get beat today? And Dean needs to stay in the games. Yeah, Wirfs did get beat on one play. Also agreed, Jamel Dean needs to be playing the whole time. I blame the offense way more than I do the defense.
Yeah.
Oh, the ball's loose! Oh my God, Deion Jones smoked that player. Smoked him. That was actually a really good kick by Chase McLaughlin.
But unfortunately, that is the ball game.
Yeah.
There's no miracle.
I feel like Josh Hayes, you got to dive at the football almost. And maybe couldn't locate it. And the Buckeye 89, thank you for this, for being a Pewter Report YouTube channel member, says, well, this is disappointing outing. Got to give props to New England. They've been a complete 180 this year. And Henderson is a star in the making. I watched his career at Ohio State. Vrabel is a good coach. He is. He's one of the best coaches in the game of football. But that's it for this one. Bucs fall to the Patriots 28-22. Bucs are now 6-3 on the season. Appreciate each and every one of you rocking and rolling with us. We're going to have a Pewter post-game show coming up in a little bit, so check out our social media for those. But until then, for Daniel Morales, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week for another edition of the Pewter Game Day Show. Out.